This is 6-time IFBB Bikini Pro Champion Brina Martinez, and I take ZMA5 to make sure that I get the zinc, magnesium, and vitamin B6 needed to keep my immune system healthy and snack strong.
Hey everyone, Jay Martinez with Fight Hub TV. I'm here with Luis Cuba Arias.
There you go.
How's it going, man? You're here in Atlanta,
good,
big smile on your face.
Yeah, man, I'm just happy. I came to support my boy Tank Davis. I was actually in camp with him for his last pay-per-view fight. And, you know, we just came off a good win, so we just came to enjoy the event and see this great fight.
Obviously, tomorrow is going to be a sold-out show, pay-per-view. But give me your thoughts on tomorrow's fight between Mario Barrios, Tank Davis. How do you see that fight going?
I think it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be real tactical in the beginning. I think Barrios, you know, he looked big. You know, he looked way bigger than Tank. So he's gonna try to use his boxing, his length, and just try to stay away and stuff. But I've been in there with Tank, and he hits hard. So unless Barrios can move for 36 minutes, it's gonna get real tricky in like 7-8 rounds. So. It's gonna be a great fight, though. I mean, the card, top to bottom, is a great fight, great card.
So a lot of rumors been said that Tank's been even sparring light heavyweights, cruiserweights.
Yeah.
A fighter like you.
Tank sparred me for Leo Santa Cruz, and Leo's a 130. So imagine who's sparring now for somebody who's 140. I was even calling some guys to send to Tank because he was just running through everybody.
So it's not like that Tank's been sparring bigger people than himself.
Yeah. I saw him spar some dude like 6'2", lefty too. I was like, well, he didn't matter. You know, he just wanted the height. So, I mean, Tank, that's one thing about Tank, man. He works hard when it comes in the gym, man. He works hard. He gets it in. He makes sure he has the proper training and then make sure they have the proper sparring. So I'm 100% confident that he's 100% ready for the fight.
I want to talk about your big win a couple of weeks ago in Miami. We were there. I was there ringside. I could see, you know, that joy.
Yeah.
You know, that joy that you had in you because that a lot of adversity you went through. Talk to me a little bit more how that win was for you, for your career.
It was a great win. I mean, like I said, man, I know how good I am. I've always known it. You know, I've talked it better than I've been fighting it, but I've always known, you know what I mean, that I was an elite fighter. There's a lot of these guys that are champions that I didn't already beat, you know, so I just needed to finally prove it, you know, and then me going with different promoters, me going up and down, like it's been a long road to get to that moment, but it all prepared me for that moment. So I was just happy that I was able to show that my worth, you know, and to show that I'm actually a top dog and I'm a hell of a fighter, and all my fights gonna be action-packed. So.
Now there was a knockdown or it was a slip because of the water. I personally thought this because of the water in the ring.
Yeah.
That you slipped. It wasn't really a knockdown.
No, he didn't even hit me. So, but he got a knockdown. I mean, if that helps him. I mean, there's been a handful of knockdowns that have been bullshit in my career, but it is what it is.
But what I want to go to is, you know, when they reading out the scorecards, were you like, oh man, were you?
When I saw the first one, when I read the first one, you know, I was like, oh shit, they're gonna try to get me. And I even thought in my head, I was like, man, hopefully they don't get me. But then when I read the second one, I was like, oh, there's no way they gave him all those rounds. Because I felt there was a couple rounds in the middle of the fight where I was like, oh shit, like I didn't know. You know, I didn't know like where the cards would be. Like, are they giving him some rounds? Are they giving me some rounds? But I felt like I kept him going back the whole fight. There was a couple times I would allow him to come forward because I would allow it, not because he wanted to, for me to just catch my breath and just, you know, like block shots and stuff. But I was dictating the pace like the whole fight. I was pushing him back. I landed the hardest shots. So I mean,
you're an active fight. You're active throughout the night.
I was active the whole fight.
What did it mean to be in Mayweather's undercard? I know it's not. It was an exhibition match, but it's still under Mayweather's undercard. Not a lot of fighters have that experience and opportunity.
Yeah. I mean, this time I fought on Showtime pay-per-view fights before, but non-televised. But to go through everything I went through, to get back cool with Floyd and to land on a major pay-per-view card, like, it's amazing, man. Like, I've been blessed, really. I've been blessed. I didn't been main event on HBO. I didn't been on Showtime pay-per-view. I didn't been on HBO pay-per-view. I didn't been, you know, all over the world just following my dream. And to get on Showtime pay-per-view on such a huge card, on the television report. They had to pay to watch me fight, man. It's just great, man. It's just great.
In a couple of weeks, we had that Charlo versus Castano. I'm sure you're going to be watching it.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about that fight. Who are you favoring? How do you think that fight's going to go?
I think that's going to be a great fight. You know, I think, Castano throws a ton of punches. Kind of small for the division, throws a ton of punches. Charlo's just been all confident, but I'm leaning towards Charlo. Just, like I said, too much confidence. Too much confidence. Used to the spotlight. Bigger guy, stronger guy. I think Charlo should beat him.
Leonard Ellerby was just here a few minutes ago. Yeah. He said that anything can happen.
Yeah.
Would you want the winner of that fight?
100%. The goal is to be a world champion. And right now, whoever wins that fight is going to have the belts. So whether it's Castano or Charlo, I want to fight them. In terms of legacy, of course, I think the Charlo fight is just bigger just because he has a much bigger name. But at the end of the day, we want to be champion, and we're going to get in position to become champion. And fight whoever is champion.
It's always, if that opportunity doesn't come around, was any other fighters in your division that you'd like to call out to face? Obviously, you've lost against tough competitive fighters, very close fights. Daniel Jacobs, Gabe Rosado, that was a draw. Yeah. So any other fights that you'd probably like to redeem yourself?
I feel like we can't redeem ourselves in those fights because I moved down and both of them moved up. Like Rosado's fighting at 68, and then Danny's fought at 68, and I think he might fight at 75. His next fight, I know his next fight's up in the air. Those guys are moving up, and I'm moving down. But like I said, legacy. There's a bunch of guys at 47. They're all about to come up. They're all about to come up.
Oh, there was a rumor of Danny Garcia going up.
There's a rumor of Danny Garcia's gonna have to come up. Sean Porter's gonna come up probably eventually. He was fighting at 65 in average.
Yeah.
Terrence Crawford maybe. Spence already said he's moving up.
And 2 more fights possibly.
Yeah. So I want to have a crazy resume. Like, damn, that dude fought everybody. So any big names that want to throw down, let's go. Like, y'all know I'm going to throw down. I've been throwing down my whole time. So it doesn't matter. Whatever, the bigger the name, the better the fight. So let's get it. I don't turn down nobody.
Let me turn the page real quick. I want to gather your thoughts. July, Tyson Fury, Wilder, the trilogy, the big buzz coming up. How do you see that fight going? Playing out?
I have to lean towards Fury just because there's so much confidence. Like I've always been a huge Wilder fan, and that right hand is devastating. But I feel like Fury got him already kind of. He knows what he's gonna do. He got him figured out, So unless we just see a completely different Wilder, I think Fury's gonna be too much, man. That dude's fucking confident as hell right now.
You saying Wilder's very confident right now?
No, Fury's confident. Fury's very confident, but Wilder's obviously still confident too. That he didn't even want the step aside money. He said, "Fuck the step aside money. I want the fight." So you can't sleep on Wilder, but Fury's just, man.
Well, I want to go back to what you were saying. Wilder, is coming off a loss. As a fighter yourself, you've had, tough losses, very competitive losses.
Yeah.
How do you go into the ring with the confidence to face a Wilder, the person that just beat you? Yeah. How do you go into a fight like that mentally?
You got to be just mentally strong, man. Like, this game is so mental. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, man, I hadn't won a fight in 3-4 years. The last time I won my fight was 2017. Was my first HBO fight. So in 4 years, I hadn't won a fight. Everyone telling me to quit, all of that, But I, was able to just, I know what I bring to the table. I know my abilities. I know what I can do. It don't matter what everyone's opinion. I asked everyone about if I should fight Hurd, and almost everyone said no. Literally everyone said no. But I knew what I brought to the table. And I feel like Wilder's doing the same thing. I know a lot of people been telling Wilder, take a tune-up, let them fight for all the titles, and then fight them. But Wilder's like, no, I know what I bring. I don't matter. Like, you got to be able to just zone in, and just zone in, and just block all the bullshit out, and just believe in yourself, man. Believe in yourself.
Lastly, Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao, the 42-year-old legend.
Yeah.
Can't call him out. Hall of Famer, Errol Spence.
Pacquiao still got it. Shit, he made Thurman look like shit. And people for a second.
2 years ago,
And that was 2 years ago. And at one point, everyone thought Thurman was the top dog. So I'm not counting out Pacquiao, but I just feel like Spence is on point right now. Like, his confidence is at an all-time high. So I don't really see Spence losing that fight, but I think it's gonna be a close fight.
Lastly, Canelo, obviously the pound-for-pound king. That fight goes with Caleb Plant. How would you see that fight? Assess that fight for us.
I think Caleb is gonna give him good work, you know, because Caleb got good feet. I think Caleb is a better version of a more dedicated version of Billy Joe and the righty. Given that, I think he'll give Canelo a run for his money. But beating Canelo, I think it's gonna be hard for anyone to beat Canelo right now. He's just, man, he got big cojones right now. Everyone, he can't be stopped. So we'll see, man. It's a tough task, but he has the tools to definitely make him look bad and should possibly beat him.
Luis, thank you so much for speaking with Fight Hub TV. Looking forward to seeing your next fights.
Appreciate it.
You know, we're going to be big undercards.
Some type of title next fight, and then eventually big world title fight. So we're coming, man. Everyone in the division knows it. So
thank you so much, Luis. Looking forward to seeing your fights. Thank you for speaking with Fight Hub TV. Thank you, brother.